This episode is sponsored by Code Crafters. As an engineer myself, I know that the best way to learn how to code is to build something new. But sometimes it's hard to come up with project ideas as well as find a community of folks on the same learning path. That's where Code Crafters comes in. With Code Crafters, you can build something that actually stimulates your mind while strengthening your engineering fundamentals. And you can do so by using your favorite IDE or tools to code and build your own Git, Redis, or HTTP server in the language of your choice. Languages like Rust, C++, or Go. Code Crafters is designed to optimize your learning experience as it's designed for productivity. Sign up today and become a better, more confident programmer. Visit codestory.co/codecrafters. That's CODECRAFTERS to get started and get 40% off your upgrade. Okay guys, I got a serious update for you. You heard me talk about SEMA and the product roadmap radar. I just caught up with Matt, who's the founder there, and he gave me the latest on what they are building. And my mind is blown. The team at SEMA are taking things to the next level. Built around the core of the product roadmap radar, i.e. code and Jira analysis, they are building agent orchestration across the product lifecycle. Picture this. You hook up this system same as before, i.e. integrate your repository and your backlog, Jira today. From that point, SEMA's agent analyzes the codebase and makes suggestions as to what needs to be done next and what could improve, optimize the product. Then, if those tasks are routine, the agent assigns the task to a coding agent, think something like Devin, to complete the minutia, while assigning the human-in-the-loop task to engineers themselves. What you end up with is engineers focusing on building core competency features, while AI handles all the rest. If you're not salivating right now, I don't think you fully understand what this means. But here's what I would suggest. Right now, their product is in a closed beta, and SEMA is looking for folks to sign up for their Product Intelligence Advisory Board. This gives you the opportunity to use the product, give feedback, help shape the future of what's built. Oh, and not to mention additional free usage of the product, potentially through the end of 2026. So, if that fits your workflow and toolset, you need to reach out today. Go to codestory.co/nextlevel, NEXTLEVEL, and reach out to Matt at SEMA to learn more and join the Product Intelligence Advisory Board. Again, that's codestory.co/nextlevel. This episode is sponsored by Postman. Postman is the world's leading API platform, trusted by 98% of the Fortune 500 and over 40 million developers. Tap into APIs from 18,000 plus companies to power agents that make smarter decisions. Learn more at postman.com/podcast/codestory. This message is sponsored by Melee Search. Today, search isn't just a feature, it's a cornerstone. And Melee Search gives your users the experience they need with lightning-fast performance, full-text search, AI usage, and multimodal capabilities. Melee Search delivers relevant results in less than the blink of an eye. Use the promo code CODESTORY at checkout to get 2 months free at meleesearch.com. That's MEILI search.com.
One of the major things during the early days was to keep our product as optimized as possible. First of all, we decided that things need to be modular. We were breaking things down into different categories and building them separate. But that all came with the thought of how all of this will be compatible with each other. And when working with each other, this one component should not slow down the other one. And that's where we created the logic of handling our node library. Our node library is completely separate from our backend. And our node library lives in a completely different repository in a different folder. I'm Shamba Chowdhury, co-founder and CTO of DForge.
This is Code Story, a podcast bringing you interviews with tech visionaries.
Spent 6 months moonlighting.
There's nothing on the back end.
Who share what it takes to change an industry.
I don't exactly know what to do
Took
next.
many goes to get right.
Who built the teams that have their
A
back.
company is its
The
people.
teams help each other achieve
Most
more.
proud of our team.
Keeping scalability top of mind.
All that infrastructure was a
Yes,
pain.
we've been fighting it as we grow.
Total waste of time.
The stories you don't read in the headlines.
It's not an easy thing to achieve, mind
Took it
you.
off the shelf and dusted it off and tried it again.
to ride the ups and downs of the startup life.
You need to really want it.
It's not just about technology.
All this and more on Code Story.
I'm your host, Noah Labhart, and today, how Shamba Chowdhury is giving you access to AI agents for all your needs through a node-based builder with no coding required. This episode is brought to you by Paddle. Don't settle for less when you can have more, MOR, with Paddle, your merchant of record. Eliminate the headaches of payments, grow your revenue everywhere, and focus on what you do best, building your product. Get more revenue with less hassle at paddle.com. This episode is brought to you by PropelOff. People take authentication for granted, but it's more than how customers log into your product. It's how you manage your relationship with your users. The easiest way to make authentication your advantage is to use PropelOff. PropelOff is more than just functional. It's powerful. With tools like Managed UIs, Enterprise SSO, robust user management features, and actionable insights, PropelOff adapts as your product grows. And the best part? When off is effortless, your team can focus on scaling, not troubleshooting. That means more releases, happier customers, and more growth for your business. Save dev time, win over your customers, and propel your business forward with PropelOff. Check them out at propeloff.com. That's PROPELAUTH.com. Shamba Chowdhury got his first computer at an early age. He was the kid that explored every button and every setting, trying to figure out how it all worked. His curiosity exploded when he was 15 and the internet came around. Post that, his first foray into programming came from his love of playing video games. But outside of tech, he loves to read, in particular, crime thrillers. He noted that his favorite is A Minute to Midnight by David Baldacci. Shamba and his co-founder have participated in many hackathons, and they noticed how difficult it was to stitch together ideas utilizing AI technology. It was at that point they decided to build a no-code builder to wire up AI agents together. This is the creation story of DeForge.
We're building the Canva for AI agents. Our mission is to democratize AI and empower everyone, and not just coders, to build and deploy powerful automated AI agents. Our product is a visual, no-code platform where you can build AI agents and workflows using an intuitive node-based canvas. It's almost like Anything and Langflow, but a whole lot simpler and user-friendly. Our core philosophy is to make complex tasks dead simple. For instance, like creating a knowledge base, a RAG node. In the other platforms like Anything or Langflow, you would need 10 different nodes, a lot of connections to get it working. In DeForge, it's a single node. You take it, you add your knowledge, and done. It's a two-step process. Apart from all of this, the real magic is for the absolute non-technical users. Everyone wants to use AI agents, but right now, it's kept behind coding and other algorithmic thinking process, which non-technical users don't really possess. So in our case, any AI agent can be wrapped into a simple form. This means that you can deploy a sophisticated customer support agent just by filling out a few fields. No technical skills needed. And that's why we like to say, others give you the car parts, we hand you the keys. Overall, this idea came from our own frustrations as developers. As I told you, me and my co-founder, Anna, we are school friends. We have been participating in hackathons since a long time. We have made a lot of projects. And during all these hackathons, we noticed that a lot of people, they get stuck with their ideas. They cannot realize it because they have to watch hour-long tutorials, hunt for API keys. So we knew there had to be a better way to do all of this.
Let's dive into the MVP for DeForge then, that first version of the product you built. How long did it take to build, and what sort of tools were you using to bring it to life?
We started working on DeForge back in April, and it took about 5 months of intensive development and testing to finally get to our MVP stage. And then we actually released it. We launched our open beta on August 23rd. And the process of all this to come from the idea to the MVP, it was a lot of work. We initially had a small idea that we need to make things simple. But how can we make things simple? We iterated on ideas one after one, how we can simplify one thing more and more. Once we had the idea ready, that what the thing should look like, how it should function, we divided the tasks. Like one of us took the front end, one of us took the back end, and we decided on the core logic. And then slowly we built it part by part, made sure that it is modular so that we can edit it, add updates to it, and it will all work seamlessly. And that's pretty much how we reached this stage.
I'm curious about a decision or trade-off you had to make and how you built that. I can hear one in, potentially in how you architected, how you broke down the work, but I'm curious of one you want to talk to that you had to work through in those early days in that early MVP creation and how you coped with the decision.
One of the major things during the early days was to keep our product as optimized as possible. First of all, we decided that things need to be modular. We were breaking things down into different categories and building them separate. But that all came with the thought of how all of this will be compatible with each other. And when working with each other, this one component should not slow down the other one. And that's where we created the logic of handling our node library. Our node library is completely separate from our backend. And our node library lives in a completely different repository, in a different folder, and it has nothing to do with our backend. And this means we can casually change our node library whenever we want. We can add nodes to the library whenever we want, and it should just work with the backend without any changes being made to the backend, without putting any pressure on the backend. And that required a custom logic, and that's where we built our very own agent execution engine, which executes all this node without them being loaded in at the first time. But that is the part of the secret sauce of GForge, which is not yet open source. So sadly, I can't talk much about how we do that.
Okay, guys, I got a serious update for you. You heard me talk about SEMA and the product roadmap radar. I just caught up with Matt, who's the founder there, and he gave me the latest on what they are building. And my mind is blown. The team at SEMA are taking things to the next level. Built around the core of the product roadmap radar, i.e. code and Jira analysis, they are building agent orchestration across the product lifecycle. Picture this. You hook up this system same as before, i.e. integrate your repository and your backlog, Jira today. From that point, SEMA's agent analyzes the codebase and makes suggestions as to what needs to be done next and what could improve, optimize the product. Then, if those tasks are routine, the agent assigns the task to a coding agent, think something like Devin, to complete the minutia, while assigning the human-in-the-loop task to engineers themselves. What you end up with is engineers focusing on building core competency features, while AI handles all the rest. If you're not salivating right now, I don't think you fully understand what this means. But here's what I would suggest. Right now, their product is in a closed beta, and SEMA is looking for folks to sign up for their Product Intelligence Advisory Board. This gives you the opportunity to use the product, give feedback, help shape the future of what's built. Oh, and not to mention additional free usage of the product, potentially through the end of 2026. So, if that fits your workflow and toolset, you need to reach out today. Go to codestory.co/nextlevel, NEXTLEVEL, and reach out to Matt at SEMA to learn more and join the Product Intelligence Advisory Board. Again, that's codestory.co/nextlevel. This episode is brought to you by Paddle. As a startup, you face unique challenges to stay competitive. You and your team need to stay focused on your product, not your payments. You need to do more, MOR, and DIY less. With Paddle. Paddle is your merchant of record, becoming the seller of record for your SaaS transactions, enabling your team to focus on what's important, your product. Paddle handles all payment management across multiple gateways and methods, taking ownership of tax liability while remaining compliant with regulations across all markets. The platform handles all aspects of SaaS billing models, upgrades, add-on, trials, and more. Let's look at the results. MOR revenue optimization is built into Paddle and accounts for up to 16% higher conversion rates, reduced payment failures, localized pricing, and churn prevention, recovering 40% of cancellations. Their developer-friendly tools are API first with comprehensive documentation, removing the burden from your engineers. With Paddle as your merchant of record, you'll generate more revenue, find and keep more customers, grow faster, and stay compliant everywhere. So what are you waiting for? Get more revenue with less hassle at paddle.com. This episode is brought to you by Vention, your partner in building smarter with AI. When you're moving fast, AI can be your biggest growth driver or a major time sink. That's why Vention created expert-led AI workshops, tailored sessions that help startups test ideas quickly, validate product fit, and avoid expensive detours. You'll walk away with a clear, practical roadmap built by senior engineers and an in-house CTO who've delivered over 150 AI projects across 30-plus industries, giving you not just technical direction, but the engineering peace of mind that every decision is built to last. Go to ventionteams.com or book your AI workshop now at ventionteams.com/codestory and go from idea to impact faster. That's ventionteams.com/codestory. This episode is sponsored by Fullscale. Let me guess, your team's shipping sprint velocity looks good, but you're still asking yourself, is anyone actually thinking about the why? Matt Watson's been there. He's the founder behind Vin Solutions and Stackify and now runs Fullscale with a 300-plus person dev team. And after 2 decades in the trenches, he's seen the same pattern over and over. Smart developers stuck in systems that reward ticket-taking instead of real thinking. That's why he wrote Product Driven, a playbook for tech leaders who are done babysitting developers and ready to build teams that own the outcome. If you're tired of translating every feature, doing all the thinking, or wondering why your smart team is still stuck, this is the fix. Go to productdriven.com/codestory to grab the book and get the bonus toolkit to help your team shift from output to outcomes, like 12 bold ways to get your retros out of robot mode. Again, that's productdriven.com/codestory.
Okay, so you've got your MVP. It's working. You're jazzed about it. You want to move forward. How did you progress and mature DeForge from that point? And I'm curious about how you built your roadmap, how you went about deciding that, okay, this is the next most important thing to build or to address.
As I said, our product launched into open beta back on 23rd August. Since that launch, our process for maturing the product has been guided by 2 core principles: our users and the market. We are a team that prioritizes a strong feedback, so we actively listen to our users' suggestions and reports to continuously polish the platform. Alongside direct feedback, we keep a very close eye on the latest industry trends. As AI gets smarter and agents become the new apps, we're constantly implementing related features to ensure DeForge remains powerful and viable for our users. And this agile approach directly feeds into how we build our roadmap. We, as a whole team, hold weekly KPI meetings where we analyze user data and feedback to decide on the most critical tasks for the week ahead. If something's broken, we have to fix it. If someone wants a specific feature that is very useful, we make it. And then we look for other trends. What's new happening in the tech space? What's new happening in AI agents? What agents can do for us? We integrate it. And this allows us to iterate quickly, ensuring we are always responsive and consistently delivering value to our users.
How did you go about building your team? And what do you look for in those people to indicate that they're the winning horses to join you?
Our team consists of 3 people, 3 co-founders. I'm Shamba, the CTO. We have Onai, who's our CEO, and we have Gautam, who's our CMO. As I said, Onai is my school friend. I've known him since 5th grade. That's way too many years. And Gautam is a college friend of Onai, and I got to know him through Onai himself. And When it came to the choosing the winning horses, we already had a massive advantage because we knew each other so well. Key factors when choosing our team members, they weren't written on a resume. They were based on the time that we have spent together. We as a friend, we interact every day. We are always sitting in Discord, talking with each other, bouncing ideas of each other, playing games. This coordination and communication between us it's like a second nature to us. It's very clear. We know how each of us work. Even then, to prove to ourselves that we can work well as a team, we have been competing in hackathons. In hackathons, we have a time constraint. The environment it's very high pressure environment. We have to work within a select amount of time, iterate, build, finalize everything. So these hackathons are the ultimate test of a team's ability to execute. And time again, we have proved that we can work, we can deliver stuff via these hackathons. So all of these led to us forming a team and getting our work on with DForge.
This episode is brought to you by PropelOff. People take authentication for granted, but it's more than how customers log into your product. It's how you manage your relationship with your users. The easiest way to make authentication your advantage is to use PropelOff. PropelOff is more than just functional. It's powerful. With tools like Managed UIs, Enterprise SSO, robust user management features, and actionable insights, PropelOff adapts as your product grows. And the best part? When off is effortless, your team can focus on scaling, not troubleshooting. That means more releases, happier customers, and more growth for your business. Save dev time, win over your customers, and propel your business forward with PropelOff. Check them out at propeloff.com. That's PROPELAUTH.com. This episode is sponsored by Search. In today's digital landscape, search isn't just a feature, it's a cornerstone, and you need a user experience that drives customer satisfaction. You need Search. Search has lightning-fast performance, returning answers in less than 50 milliseconds. Yeah, you heard that right. Faster than the blink of an eye. The open-source AI search engine is plug-and-play, so you can get up and running in minutes with smart presets, allowing you to start searching through your data with zero configuration. Search utilizes advanced full-text search and AI, ensuring your results are ultra-relevant with semantic depth. It's multimodal, supporting images, videos, and audio, along with being federated, i.e. searching across multiple data sources. And it's developer-friendly. Whether you're building a content-rich website or enterprise application, Search delivers the experience your users expect and deserve. For a limited time, CodeStory users can get 2 months free. Use the promo code CODESTORY, all one word, at checkout. Just go to MailySearch.com and get started today. That's MEILI search.com.
I'm curious about where scalability came into play here, either in early design, as far as how you went about designing the project, maybe abstractions in mind or protocols, things like that. But I'm really curious about, has there been interesting areas where you've had to fight scale as you've grown?
We didn't really have to fight scale as we grew because we knew that DForge as a platform which makes AI agents, we have to put in a lot of features, lots of nodes. So we made sure that we built DForge from the ground up to scale efficient. Our goal is for the platform to scale infinitely through numerous integrations and new nodes. And that's why we made our core philosophy to make everything modular. And that approach allowed us to independently work on different components while knowing that everything will still work together. And as I said before, the best example of this is our node library, which is, as I said, a completely different repository. Lives completely separate from the backend and the front end. And yet, whenever we make changes to the node library, they show up on our front end and work seamlessly with our back.
So, Shamba, as you step out on the balcony, you look across all that you've built thus far. What are you most proud of?
When I look at everything that we have made and achieved, I'm most proud of our agent execution engine that I came up with and I built from scratch. It's something I'm really proud of because one of the most what I would say one of the best things about the agent execution engine, which is different from other products out there, is the user, they don't have to explicitly tell which node to execute after which one. They don't have to drag arrows. They don't have to mention it anywhere. They don't have to take the headache of deciding that this node should run first and this node should run later. Our execution engine is smart enough to understand all of that without the user telling anything about it. We execute nodes one after the another, just the way they should execute. And even though this was a technical implementation that I'm proud of, I'm much more proud of what we have built as whole. We have built DeForge, which makes AI agent deployment, making, editing, everything way simpler than anything else out there.
So let's flip the script a little bit. Tell me about a mistake you made and how you and your team responded to it.
We have lots of nodes out there. We are almost reaching 100 nodes right now. We continuously add them as their demands, requests, and whatever trends are coming up, plus whatever we think is fit for the node library. We continuously add nodes. To build these nodes, we usually copy an existing node, the code of it, and then make edits on top of it. Instead of writing everything from scratch every time, we modify existing stuff, and it works. While a node is executing, it will show messages, it will show logs, what is happening within the node. Like it has started execution, it's gathering data, it's processing them. And while these messages are being shown, it also shows which node is sending these messages. And this particular information is written within the code. And one day what happened, when I copied a particular node, I forgot to edit these messages in this new node. So while we were testing, this new node was causing errors. But because I forgot to change those log messages, it was pointing to a completely different node. And then we spent hours pulling our hair out thinking, why this perfectly good piece of code is causing errors? And it wasn't causing errors. So after a few hours, we caught up to it. I got to know what I have done. I let my friends, my co-founders know that it was my mistake. I forgot to edit those things. And they were like, brother. And then thankfully, it was caught in testing, so it did not make itself to the production. Nothing major happened. Everything was fine. But I definitely got teased where my friends were saying, come on, brother, you need sleep. You're not working okay. And all this stuff for a while. This shows that we have a good dynamic within our team and that we can have these friendly banters and laugh about our mistakes. And that's because our team, it's based on a foundation of trust. And that makes creating everything a whole lot more fun. You don't have the pressure. You can laugh about it. You can fix it, work together. And again, most importantly, have fun doing it.
Okay, Shamba, this will be fun to talk through. What does the future look like for DeForge, for the company, the product, and for your team?
The future for DeForge, I think, is incredibly exciting. And it's exciting for both our product and our team. For now, our immediate next step in the business side is to get incorporated. We haven't incorporated yet due to various reasons. And incorporating will allow us to integrate an official payment system to our website. That will be a big thing. This will allow a lot of people to use DeForge much more than what they are currently able to use. And as we incorporate and gear up for full launch, we have decided on a lot more features. A lot more exciting and cool features are to come, making things even simpler, making the processes even more streamlined, adding more and more stuff so that you can just come, find your favorite agent and deploy it. All of this just got a lot more exciting just a few days back because right now, as I said, we are not incorporated. We don't have a proper payment method. We have one, but it's quite scuffed. And even though it is not that well, we recently got our first sale And that was a huge vote of confidence for us. So we are all in high spirits and we're working on great stuff. You may say we're cooking something good. So I would say stay tuned for our launch.
Okay, Shamba, let's switch to you. Who influences the way that you work? Name a person or many persons or something you look up to and why.
That's an easy one for me. I look up to my parents. They are the biggest influence on the way I work. I get my work ethic directly from my dad. He was in the army, and growing up, I saw him work in incredibly harsh conditions to provide for us, our family. And my mom, she also had a job which she had to leave to take care of me since dad was away. He was in the army. He was always posted around the borders. So since then, she had worked tirelessly to give me a comfortable life. She made so many sacrifices along with my dad so that I could live nicely, so that I could be comfortable, I could have a great life. And they have always supported me in everything I do. So I've seen how hard they have worked to get me to this point. And seeing the sacrifices they made is what drives me every single day. A huge part of my motivation for working this hard is the desire to give them back the luxury and comfort they set aside for. All I want is to see them happy.
Okay, Shamba, last question. So you're getting on a plane and you're sitting next to a young entrepreneur who's built the next big thing. They're jazzed about it. They can't wait to show it off to the world and can't wait to show it off to you right there on the plane. What advice do you give that person, having gone down this road a bit?
I'm that guy. I'm just starting out. I'm dipping my feet into this. But even then, I've dipped my feet quite a bit. It's been long since I started building. So I would like to give them a little bit of an advice. I would tell them, first of all, this whole thing, this isn't easy. You need a deep passion for what you're building, because that's what fuels the perseverance and the patience that you will need to succeed in this line. There will be setbacks, so you have to genuinely love the problem you're solving. And second, especially for a founder like myself, who's a tech founder, you have to remember that just building a great product isn't enough. Just going build or ship isn't enough. You have to get out there and market it. You have to show people how powerful your brainchild is and make them fall in love with your vision. Our own team's experience with our launch on Product Hunt proved how critical that is. We launched on Product Hunt, and before that, we spent a lot of time marketing our product, reaching people with cold outreach, reaching them on social media, telling them about defaults, showing them that, see this how easy it is to create AI agents. And all that led to a great day on our open beta launch. We were #1 product of the day on Product Hunt. So all of this is necessary. And finally, through all this hard work, we need to find a way to have fun doing it. The challenges that will appear will become much easier to overcome when you genuinely enjoy this process of building and having fun. So love your product, sell it well, and you will succeed.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, Shamba, thank you for being on the show today. Thank you for telling the creation story of DeForge.
Thank you.
And this concludes another chapter of Code Story. Code Story is hosted and produced by Noah Labhart. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or the podcasting app of your choice. And when you get a chance, leave us a review. Both things help us out tremendously. And thanks again for listening.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.